They say your life can change in the blink of an eye. One bad decision, one misstep, and everything you've worked for feels like it's crumbling beneath your feet. For me, it was a reckless night, a stupid choice made under the haze of too much alcohol. By the time I realized the weight of what I'd done, I was staring at the possibility of 5 years in prison and losing everything I had fought for: my friends, my dreams, and my chance to graduate college in just a few months. But if I've learned one thing, it's this. No matter how dark things seem, you have the power to rewrite the ending. 3 months ago, I woke up to the kind of hangover no amount of aspirin could cure. My stomach churned, not from the alcohol, but from the growing realization that what I did the night before wasn't just embarrassing, it was criminal. Not serious enough to land me on the front page of the news, but serious enough that I could end up expelled and possibly behind bars. I'd heard about someone in my school facing something similar, and the consequences were brutal. She got sentenced and kicked out of college. My mind spiraled. Would I be next? I panicked at first. Endless Googling, imagining the worst. But then, I remembered something that had carried me through tough times before. The law of attraction. Back in 2020, I stumbled upon the concept during a rough patch in my life. It felt like magic then, and honestly, it worked like magic too. I manifested a better appearance. I visualized myself acing my exams. And I did. I even manifested the friendship of a guy who once seemed untouchable, and now he's my best friend. If it worked then, why couldn't it work now? The first step was finding a lawyer. My dream lawyer? On vacation. Great. I typed law firms near me into Google like I was ordering pizza, and one firm caught my eye. Random, sure. But at that point, I was clinging to whatever shred of hope I could find. When I met the lawyer, the first words out of his mouth were, "You didn't come here by accident." That's when things started to shift. He didn't charge me a single penny. He worked pro bono, called me regularly to calm my nerves, and even introduced me to the Wim Hof method breathing exercises. Let me tell you, that breathing technique, life-changing. It was like flipping a switch in my brain. Within days, the panic was gone. In its place was something I hadn't felt in weeks: calm. With clarity came action. I dove deep into the teachings of Neville Goddard. His words became my lifeline. "Live in the end," he said. So I did. Every night, I visualized holding my diploma, seeing my name etched in bold letters. I'd close my eyes and imagine the policeman laughing, brushing off the situation as just another youthful mistake. I played that scene over and over until it felt real. At night, subliminals whispered affirmations into my subconscious as I slept. By day, I told myself the 3D world I was living in, this chaos, this uncertainty, was just old news. My future? That was already written. A month later, I was called in to testify. My heart pounded as I sat across from the policeman. But then, something unbelievable happened. He smiled, leaned back in his chair, and said, "Let anyone who has never done something stupid under the influence of alcohol cast a stone." I nearly laughed out loud. Not because it was funny, but because those were the exact words I had visualized him saying. We laughed together, and he reassured me, saying he'd filed a request to drop the charges. I walked out of that station feeling lighter than I had in months. Minutes later, my phone buzzed with a notification from an app I rarely opened. I smell success. As if the universe hadn't made its point clear enough, a stranger handed me a newspaper on the street. The number 111 was splashed across the front page, a sign of alignment, new beginnings, and manifestations coming true. And then, silence. No warnings from my college, no emails, nothing. Life moved on, and so did I. Now, I'm writing my bachelor's thesis and preparing for graduation. What once felt like the end of the world has become the start of something much bigger. This whole experience taught me something profound. You are the universe. You don't need its help because it's already within you. You get what you believe to be true. You get what you are. If I can pull myself out of a mess this big by simply visualizing the outcome I wanted, then you can too. Don't worry about the how. It doesn't matter. Your current situation doesn't matter. What matters is your belief, your ability to rewrite the script playing in your mind. The world will follow suit. Today, I'm stronger, wiser, and yes, still a little stunned by how everything turned out. But more than anything, I'm grateful. Grateful for the mistake, the lessons, and the chance to start fresh. Because if there's one thing I know now, it's this: there's no situation too big, no mistake too messy, that you can't turn around. So go ahead. Dream big, visualize bigger, and never doubt your ability to save yourself. As for me, I'll keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep believing.